a world wrapped in the cloak of illusion, where reality is blurred between shadows and distorted reflections, there existed a society like Snow White's. A naive society, lulled by the mental control of the oligarchic elites who wove webs of deception and manipulation. Snow White, personification of that society, walked along the paths of ignorance, blindfolded by apathy and complacency. Around her, the Queen of Shadows, representation of those who hold power, wove her tricks to keep the people submissive and obedient. One day, the queen, in her eagerness to perpetuate her dominance, offered Snow White a poisoned apple, a symbol of manipulated knowledge and the temptation of deception. Society, like Snow White, succumbed to the lethargy of ignorance, fueled by apathy and complacency that kept the population immersed in a deep spiritual sleep. However, in the shadows of oppression, dwarfs, resistance, diversity, and the fight for freedom emerged. These guardians of truth rose up against the Queen's regime, defying the chains of mind control and manipulation. And then, an artist, a symbol of the awakening of consciousness and the search for truth, came to the kingdom. Guided by love and justice, he passionately kissed Snow White, breaking the spell of deception and awakening her to reality. Upon awakening, Snow White saw the truth behind the shadows. Her new friend made her understand the cruelty of the Queen and the complicity of the sleeping society in her own oppression. They became leaders of a revolution, along with the dwarves and the artist fighting for beauty, transparency, and freedom. In this collective awakening, society faced the questions that lay deep within its being. Was innocence a virtue or a weakness? How to discern between truth and deception in a world of shadows? What role did education play in the fight for freedom? And what was the individual and collective responsibility in building a just society? The truth, like an echo in the soul, a light towards freedom, revealed itself as a double-edged sword. Society understood that the truth could liberate but also oppress, depending on who possessed it and how it was used. At this crossroads in history, society was faced with the monumental task of building a world based on truth and freedom. I knew it wouldn't be easy, that I would face obstacles and challenges along the way, but he also knew that the power to build a better world lay in the will of the people, in individual awakening and collective action. And so, society immersed itself in a new chapter of its history, leaving behind the lethargy of ignorance and embracing the awakening of consciousness. With each step, with each decision, he moved a little closer to the realization of his deepest dream, a world of truth, freedom, and beauty for all. And they lived free from there to today.